Senators from both sides of the aisle have proposed competing bills to prevent members of Congress from trading stocks. Democratic Senator Jon Ossoff created legislation with Democratic Senator Mark Kelly, which would obligate representatives, their spouses, and dependent children to put their portfolios in blind trusts. Republican Senator Josh Hawley's bill is similar, but would not prevent dependent children from trading. Both bills would impose serious fines for violation. For more, let's bring in Jaime Rogozinski. He's the founder of Wall Street Bets. Jamie, thanks very much for being with us. How common is the practice of lawmakers trading stocks?
Well, I mean, I think it's pretty clear that they trade quite a bit of stocks. There's a lot of disclosure about that information. There's a lot of services that track all the different activities in the stock. So I would guess based off of that information that it's a common.
Well, what are the current laws or guidelines in place for lawmakers engaged in stock trades?
As far as I'm not an expert on the subject matter, but as far as I know, there's one prominent one that is called the Stock Act. It started it was passed in 2012 under Barack Obama's administration, and result of a scandal of accusations of insider trading, which sounded a lot like what you're hearing these days as well. That's been in place for almost 9 years now. And that's pretty much the only one that I'm aware of.
Well, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is seemingly against preventing lawmakers from trading stocks. Why might that be?
Well, I'm not really sure. I mean, Nancy Pelosi is a very good stock trader. It's either her or her husband. They're obviously very talented with this, and they don't have any incentive to try and stop any type of that activity, which is beneficial to them and potentially to other members of Congress that are also extremely talented when it comes to picking stocks.
Well, you mentioned a moment ago the Stock Act passed in 2012, making it illegal for members of Congress to insider trade. How are the rules for members of Congress different than for the rest of us? And do we have any idea how many lawmakers may have violated this act?
I mean, it's kind of a tricky thing because the Stock Act was passed in spirit of this public outrage that started out there. And there's been a lot of criticism. In fact, shortly after they passed it, there was some amendment that some senator passed on top of that to try and reduce or to mitigate the impact of that particular Stock Act. So it's really hard to tell exactly what it is that these members of Congress or how they're being impacted by these particular laws, but it's also clear that they want to be able to continue this, what they're calling free market. They want to continue participating in the stock market the way that they've been able to do it for many years now.
All right, Jaime Rogozinski. Jamie, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.